Hello my friends, Namaskar and welcome to Curries with Bumbi. Today I've come with another delicious and easy recipe. Here in this pot, water has come up to a boil. In it, I added a teaspoon of salt and then a cup of soya chunks. I'm using the smaller ones, you can also use the larger ones. Soya chunks are made using soy flour that has been defatted or the oil is removed. The texture quickly changes to soft and spongy as soon as submerged in warm water or added to the gravy. They are known as vegetarian's meat as their texture is a bit similar to chicken. When the water comes up to a boil, lower the heat to medium and cook it for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, see how they have doubled in size. Switch off the heat and drain the water. Then rinse with some cold tap water. Squeeze out the excess water by pressing on them with a spatula, but do not squeeze too much as you still need a little bit of water in them and you do not want them to turn bone dry. After that, add about a tablespoon of cornstarch and a tablespoon of soy sauce. Mix well. Next, let me show you the veggies. I used broccoli, yellow and red bell peppers and mushrooms. You can use green bell peppers as well. You can leave out any of these veggies that you do not like. My friends, use whatever you or your family likes. You are the boss of your kitchen and I am here just to give you ideas. Next, we will be making a delicious sauce. In a bowl or cup, add 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of hot sauce, or you can also use chili sauce, but please adjust the proportion according to your preference. Then 1 tablespoon of tomato ketchup, just a teaspoon of vinegar, and I used apple cider vinegar, but you can use any vinegar of your choice. Then 1 teaspoon of sesame seed oil, which is again optional, but it brings in a wonderful nutty flavor which I absolutely love. 1 tablespoon of sugar to bring in that caramelization, and half a cup of water. You can also use vegetable broth instead of water. Mix well and your stir-fry sauce is all ready. Next, coming to making the cornstarch slurry. Add about a tablespoon of cornstarch in 4 tablespoons of cold water. Mix well and now let's start cooking. My friends, always use a large wide pan or a large wok for making any stir-fry dishes. Heat about 5 tablespoons of oil over medium-high heat. Once the oil turns hot, add the soya chunks. Spread them out in a single layer so that each one of them gets that maximum heat from the pan. Keep it like this for 2 to 3 minutes, then stir again and fry them for 2 to 3 minutes more. As you can see, the soya chunks have got this beautiful color around them, so I will be taking them out into a bowl. Okay, next chopped onions enter the pan. Fry them on medium-high heat for a few minutes. You do not need to brown them up too much. When they look a bit pale, add chopped garlic. And remember, do not chop the garlic too fine as then they will burn and your dish will turn utterly bitter. And we are not making stir-fried soya chunks today with burnt garlic. Okay, my friends, then one by one the veggies enter the pan. Mushrooms are the first ones to go in. Fry them on high heat. Please remember that mushrooms release a lot of water, so this is why I said always use the largest pan or wok you have whenever you stir fry anything, so that the veggies get a larger surface area and the water released by them evaporates faster. In that way they won't get steamed but fried. Whenever I clean mushrooms, I keep them in a strainer and rinse them under tap water, but never soak the mushrooms in water. In that way it will absorb more water, resulting in more water getting released when they get cooked. I fried the mushroom for a few minutes and see there is no water in there. So next the bell peppers, broccoli and sliced onions go in. I used 1 large onion, half of which I used in the beginning, and the rest I sliced it in this way. I added just half a teaspoon of salt, and if I said half a teaspoon, then it is half a teaspoon, my friends. If you are following my recipe, then you've got to trust me. But yes, if you have any further doubts, then please feel free to ask me questions in the comment section. I also added the fried soya chunks. Fry everything on high heat. Then I added 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper powder. Now do not keep on frying and frying till the vegetables look pale and sad and miserable. Chop them small so that they get tender easily. Then I added the sauce. Allow it to come up to a bubbling boil on high heat. Do a taste test at this point and adjust the seasonings. Then add the corn flour slurry and give a stir. If you feel things are looking too thick, you can add a splash of water. But in that case, again do a taste test and adjust the seasonings if required. I finally added the greens of green onions and some toasted sesame seeds, which are totally optional. And doesn't it look like a carnival going on in that pan with all those beautiful colors? Okay, switch off the heat and you are done. You can serve this over rice or noodles. I'm telling you, my friends, that sauce makes this whole dish very, very delicious. The soya chunks are chewy and each vegetable plays its own role in making this dish look beautiful and taste yummy. Please do try this recipe and send me your feedback. And please do not forget to click that like button for me. Bye bye.